Hello and welcome you all for LDL1 Lockdown Lecture 1, the 10th Standard Science. Today we'll start our journey of science through chapter number 2 called Acid, Base and Salt. This lesson belongs to the chemistry part of your syllabus. Today we'll discuss the properties related to the acid and base, their classification, etc. etc. We'll start from acid. The word acid, derived from the word acidum, it's a Latin word, means sour. Sour. The substance which is sour in taste generally is known as acid. In our day-to-day life, we taste many foods. We have different foods having different taste: spicy, bitter, sour, etc. etc. And this taste of food is due to the different amount of acid, base and salt present in them. With the food, acid base has also importance in industrial processes as well as in washing industries, etc. etc. detergent. They are also containing acid or bases in certain amount. But how can we classify the given substance as an acid or a base or a salt? The early effort was given by Robert Boyle. He provides operational definition related to the acid and the base. We'll start from the operational definition given by Robert Boyle. According to him, acids are the substances which are sour in taste. Those substances which are sour in taste are called acids. But it is not enough to access the acidic substances. Along with this property, sour in taste, acid converts moist blue litmus to red. Most important word, moist blue litmus. You know that we have litmus papers for the testing of acid or a basic character of a given substances. Litmus paper, they are available in two forms, blue litmus and a red litmus paper. Those substances which are acidic in nature, they convert moist blue litmus to red. When acid reacts with metal, produce H2 gas, hydrogen gas. These are the properties, or we can say that these are the operational definitions given for acids by Robert Boyle. Again, acids are those substances which are sour in taste. They convert moist blue litmus to red. Acid reacts with metal, produces hydrogen gas. And if acid reacts with base, they produce salt and water. We know that. Salt and water. So it's an operational definition given by Robert Boyle for the acid. Similarly for the bases, base, they are bitter in taste, touch wise slippery. That means if you touch bases, you feel slippery. They are slippery touch wise. They also react with metal to release H2 gas, and when they react with acid, produce salt and water. This is the operational definition for acids and base given in earlier times. But by using these properties, we cannot classify acid and bases in a proper manner. So different efforts were provided, different efforts given by the different scientists for the recognizing acids and bases, and the important names in this categories are Arrhenius, Laurie Bronsted and Lewis. They provided acid-base theory to recognize the given compound as an acid or a base. This topic is not given in your textbook, but we'll discuss this topic, an additional topic for your information, how acids and bases can be recognized by using the different theories given by the different scientists in form of Arrhenius acid-base theory, Laurie Bronsted acid-base theory and the Lewis acid-base theory. But before discussing these theories as an additional topic, we'll discuss how these acids and base gets classified. We have different categories for the classification of these acids and bases. Acid and base classified on depending on their source. They are also classified depending upon how they produces H plus ion or OH minus ion, etc., etc. Let's start how acid and base gets classified. We'll start by the classification of acid first. It is also an additional topic not given in your textbook, but it is important to know acid and base properly. So we'll discuss classification of acids. The first classification is based on source. Based on sources, this acid classified as mineral acids and organic acids. Mineral acid, you know very well, HCl, H2SO4, HNO3, they are known as mineral acids. Oxalic acid, acidic acid, these acids are called organic acids because they are produced from organism. Produced from organism. Organisms like plant and animal are the sources for this type of acids. That's why they are known as organic acids. Here we have mineral acids produced from a different mineral. So it's the first base of classification. For a classification of acids, this is based on source. They are classified as mineral acids and organic acids. The second one is based on basicity of an acid. Keep in your mind, most important term, basicity of an acid. It's a basicity for acid. Depending upon the basicity of an acid, the acid gets classified into mainly three categories called monobasic acid. It is also known as monoprotic. Proton means H plus ion. H plus ion is known as proton. If we remove electron from the hydrogen, we know that hydrogen atom possesses one proton in its nucleus and one electron is revolving around its nucleus, having no neutron. If we remove one electron from the hydrogen atom, it constitutes H plus ion called proton. Those acids having only one H plus ion in them, they are known as monobasic acids or monoprotic acid. For example, when HCl gets dissociated, it produces H plus and Cl minus. So one molecule of HCl can produce only one H plus ion. Similarly in HNO3, when it gets dissociated, it produces H plus and NO3 minus ion. So only one H plus ion produced from one molecule of an acid. That's why these acids are called monobasic acids. Monobasic or monoprotic acids. The second category is a diprotic or dibasic acids. Dibasic or diprotic. Di means two. Now those acids whose one molecule undergoing dissociation stage wise, suppose we'll remove one H plus ion, then it remains HSO4 minus ion. Again, a bond between H and S breaks to produce H plus and SO4 2 minus ion. From one molecule of an H2SO4, we can have two H plus ions, stage wise two H plus ion. That's why this type of acid is known as a dibasic acid or a diprotic acid, producing 2H plus ion. How many? 2H plus ion from one molecule. That's what is called dibasic or diprotic acid. Third one called triprotic. It is also known as polyprotic or polybasic acids. H3PO4 called phosphoric acid. Phosphoric acid, when dissociates, produces 3H plus ion stage wise. 3H plus ion. 1, 2, 3, 3. And having PO4 3 minus ion. So producing 3H plus ion, that's why it is known as a triprotic or a tribasic acids. So it's a classification of acid based on basicity. And this basicity depends on capacity to produce H plus ion. Basicity based classification is monobasic, dibasic, tribasic. Mono can produce only one H plus ion, di can produce two H plus ion, and tri can produce 3H plus ion. That's why it is known as tribasic acid. In a tribasic acid, we have an exception in form of a H3PO3. If they'll ask H3PO3, which type of acid is H3PO3, whether it is monobasic, dibasic or tribasic. Lots of students think that they have 3H plus ion. 3H plus ion. So this H3PO4 belongs to triprotic or a tribasic acid. But it is wrong. It's an exception. Reason is, out of these three, only 2H plus ion, only 2H plus ion are ionizable. The third H plus ion cannot be removed from the H3PO4 and it produces HPO2 minus 2 ion. That's why it belongs to diprotic acid category. Which diprotic? Only 2H plus ion. भले ही 3H दिख रहे हैं पर वो तीनों तीन आयोनाइजेबल नहीं है because it's an exceptional case. Its exception belongs to its structure. ये 11th स्टैंडर्ड का टॉपिक है, 12th स्टैंडर्ड का टॉपिक है स्ट्रक्चर, बट स्टिल एक बार मैं तुमको समझा देता हूं कि ये दोनों के स्ट्रक्चर में क्या डिफरेंस है फॉर H3PO4 एंड H3PO3. टेक अ लुक. Phosphorus as a central atom we are having. It's a structure of H3PO3. 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 How many H plus gets ionized? Those H associated with the oxygen gets ionized. But the H which is directly associated with the phosphorus not ionizable, and that's why only 2H plus ion obtains from a H3PO3. That's why it is called a diaprotic acid. But in case of H3PO4, the structure is we have 3 ionizable H plus ion, 3, and that's why H3PO3 belongs to the triaprotic category. It's an additional topic not given in your textbook, but still it's an important and interesting topic. How we can classify the acids based on their source? They are classified as mineral acids or organic acids. Mineral HCl, H2SO4, HNO3, they are called mineral acids. Organic acids are called oxalic acid. COOH के दो मॉलिक्यूल्स के साथ कंबाइंड है oxalic acid. CH3COOH is called acetic acid. Acetum में से प्रोड्यूस होने वाला acid, that's why it's called acetic acid. Now, based on basicity, we have second classification for the acids. Based on basicity, they are classified as monobasic acid, those which can produce only one H plus ion. Those able to produce two H plus ion, they are called dibasic. Those which can produce three H plus ion called tribasic or triprotic. But we have an exception case in form of a H3PO3. H3PO3, भले ही 3H है, but only can release 2H plus ion because its structure does not allow the third H escaping because this H is directly associated with the phosphorus. So it's a basis for the classification for acid. Then the third basis for the classification of acid is strength. Depending upon this strength, the acids are classified as weak acid and strong acids. Weak and strong acids. Weak acids. Weak acids and strong acids are again the category for the classification of their or classification of acids based on strength. Based on strength, they are classified as strong and weak acids. What are the strong acids? Generally, the mineral acids are called strong acids because they get complete ionization when dissolved in water. Their aqueous solution contain complete ionized H plus and Cl minus ion. That's why they are called strong. Complete ionization. Those acids which are weak, that means CH3COOH, you can say it's a weak acid because the ionization of H plus ion is a reversible process. That means it shows incomplete ionization. It shows the incomplete ionization. Incomplete ionization. Incomplete ionization produces weak acids. So we can say that those acids are strong which undergo complete ionization, those are weak which undergo incomplete ionization. It's a third base of classification for an acid. Fourth one is whether it is a concentrated or a diluted. Concentration. Based on concentration. Based on concentration. The fourth category for the classification is based on concentration. Again, they are classified into two categories: concentrated and diluted. What is concentrated acid? Having no water, called concentrated. Diluted means having water in higher proportion. So we can dilute the acid by adding water or mixing with water, acid gets diluted. So it's a fourth category for the classification of acid. We have four different categories for the classification. Number one, based on source, they are classified as mineral acid and organic acid. Number two, depending upon the number of H plus ion formation tendency, they are classified as monobasic. भले वो एसिड है लेकिन उसको कैटेगराइज किया गया है मोनोबेसिक, डाइबेसिक, ट्राइबेसिक और मतलब can say that it's polybasic. The third category is based on strength. Strength based classification we have two: strong acid and weak acid. Strong which undergo complete ionization, they are called strong acids. Weak which undergo incomplete ionization, they are called weak acids. Based on concentration, again they classified into two categories: concentrated and diluted. Concentration means or concentrated means having no water molecule. Diluted means water molecule mixed with an acid called diluted acid. Now we'll discuss classification of base. Base also has a different type of classification. Let's discuss the classification of bases. Now bases can also be classified on for acid they are classified based on basicity, but for bases they are classified based on its acidity. Or classification of a base based on its acidity. They are classified as monoacidic, diacidic, triacidic or polyacidic. Monoacidic, those bases on ionization can produce only one OH minus ion. For hydroxyl ion, hydroxyl OH minus ion, they are known as monoacidic bases. See, for base its acidity, for acid its basicity is determined by formation of OH minus and H plus ion. If one OH produced from one molecule of a base, then it is called monoacidic base. Monoacidic base producing only one OH. Those bases, when dissolved in water, furnishes two OH minus ion. How many? Two. By the separation, we get two OH minus ion. That's why they are called diacidic bases. Diacidic bases, and those which can produce 3 OH minus ion. They are known as triacidic bases. So this is a classification for the bases in form of a monoacidic, diacidic base or a triacidic base. We also have a classification of base as a strong base and a weak base. Strong base which undergo complete ionization similar to that of an acid. Weak bases which undergo incomplete ionization, reversible reaction given. That's why they are known as weak bases. So again we have same type of classification for bases also. But we are not wasting the time for the classification of bases because it is similar to that of acids. So we'll move further with the physical and chemical properties of acid and bases. Physical and chemical properties of acid and base. Before discussing physical and chemical properties, I want to explain the three theories given by Arrhenius, Laurie Bronsted and Lewis for the detecting or rectifying the or recognizing the acid or bases. First we'll discuss Arrhenius theory. Arrhenius, a scientist named Arrhenius, provides a theory called Arrhenius acid-base theory for the recognizing the acid and bases. Arrhenius acid-base theory. According to Arrhenius theory, acids are those substances when dissolved in water, furnishes H plus ion as only cation. Those substances which furnish H plus ion, those substances which furnish H plus ion, those substances which furnish H plus ion are called acids according to Arrhenius acid-base theory. Arrhenius provided this theory. उसने कहा कि जो सब्सटेंस H plus ion प्रोड्यूस करता है वो एसिड है, चाहे 1, 2, 3 जितने भी H plus ion प्रोड्यूस करे, बट वो एसिड है, कॉल्ड Arrhenius acid-base theory. और बेस के लिए उसने मेंशन किया बेसिस कि भाई जो OH minus ion furnish करे when dissolved in water, they are producing OH minus ion substances. They are known as base according to Arrhenius theory. But this theory has certain limitations. इसके कुछ limitations थे. क्यों? पहली बात उसने कहा when dissolved in water, मतलब हमको एसिड या बेस कब पता चलेगा? जब वो पानी में डिसॉल्व होता. बट बहुत से सब्सटेंस ऐसे हैं जो वाटर इनसॉल्युबल है. तो नॉन एक्वियस सॉल्यूशन को आप कैसे रिकॉग्नाइज करोगे एज एन एसिड और अ बेस? इट्स द फर्स्ट ड्रॉबैक ऑफ आर्हेनियस थियरी. इसके अलावा उसने कहा H प्लस आयन फॉर्मेशन टेंडेंसी, जिसमें भी H प्लस आयन फॉर्म होगा वो आपके लिए एसिड है. लेकिन H प्लस आयन कभी भी स्टेबल होता नहीं. H प्लस आयन इज अनस्टेबल. दिस H प्लस आयन रेडिली कंबाइंस विद वाटर मॉलिक्यूल. हमने HCl को पानी में डिसॉल्व किया, HCl में से H प्लस बना. ये H प्लस कभी भी स्टेबल नहीं है. ये H प्लस तुरंत ही फिर से वाटर मॉलिक्यूल के साथ कंबाइन होकर बना देता है H3O प्लस, कॉल्ड हाइड्रोनियम आयन. व्हाट इट इज? हाइड्रोनियम आयन. सो उसने कहा H प्लस आयन, बट H प्लस आयन पॉसिबल नहीं है, उसको मेंशन करना चाहिए था हाइड्रोनियम आयन. सो दिस आर द लिमिटेशंस ऑफ आर्हेनियस थियरी, और आर्हेनियस थियरी फेल हो गई. आर्हेनियस थियरी को सुधारने के लिए एक और थियरी दी गई कॉल्ड लॉरी ब्रॉन्स्टेड एसिड बेस थियरी. This Lorry-Bronsted acid base theory is also known as proton transfer theory. See, these all topics are not in your textbook. It's only for your knowledge. And आपको थोड़ा interest create हो for acid base. That's why we are trying to explain these theories. You'll study this theory in 11th standard as an acid base theory. Lorry-Bronsted called proton transfer theory. According to this theory, those substances which donates proton or proton donating substances, they are known as acid. Say for example, when HCl dissolved in water, H2O, what happens? From HCl we'll get H plus and Cl minus. This H plus combines with H2O to produce H3O plus and Cl minus. Here, who become the proton donor? किसने H plus ion donate किया? HCl, and that's why HCl is an acid and H2O is a base. In this reaction, HCl एक acid है, H2O एक base है, क्योंकि proton transfer theory ये indicate करती है the substance which donates proton is an acid. The substance which accept the proton is a base. So according to this theory, H2O has accepted the proton, and that's why H2O acting as a base in this theory. HCl is an acid, H2O is a base for this theory. Now if we react NaOH with water, H2O, what happens? This time, out of this H2O, H plus and OH minus is created. Here, H plus added to this NaOH to produce Na plus H2O plus H2O formed by H plus and OH minus. Na plus is formed and will also having OH minus. The production of OH minus indicates that NaOH is a base. Also, in this reaction, H2O becomes proton donor. So it behaves as an acid because H plus has been donated from H2O. And NaOH gains the proton, and that's why it's a base called Lorry-Bronsted acid base theory. Basically, it's called proton transfer theory. But this theory also has certain limitation. According to this theory, proton donor is an acid, but BF3 not having any proton, BF3, boron trifluoride, still it is acidic in nature. The substance BF3 is acidic in nature, but not having proton. Proton means H. How can we say that BF3 is an acid? And that's why this theory, Lorry-Bronsted theory, also fails to explain or give the information, complete information about the acid base. And that's why a new theory called Lewis theory proposed. Lewis theory is based on electron pair donating tendency. Electron pair donating tendency, the substance which can donate electron pair is a Lewis base, and the substance which can accept the electron pair is a Lewis acid. But we don't have any theories in our textbook as a syllabus. Arrhenius, Lorry-Bronsted, Lewis, not there. It's only the additional information. So it concludes our lecture related to the extra information to acids and base. In our next lecture, we'll discuss the topics given in our textbook, followed by LDL1. We'll have a next lecture in form of a LDL2 called lockdown lecture. Lockdown lecture 1, it's completed. We'll discuss the other topics in our next lecture. Till then,